Okay, so welcome to RAWMARSH Community School Meet the Tutor. Hopefully everyone can see the PowerPoint that I am presenting to you. I've got the chat box up, so if you just put a few of you just put that into so I know that you can see that, and then I'll make a start. Excellent. That's great. Thank you very much. Okay, so just to say, I'm Miss Tuck, and I'll obviously be your tutor when you arrive. Just before I obviously get fully started, can we just to double check, make sure that you've got your camera off and that you are muted, and if there are any questions, pop them into the chat and I will answer them to the best of my ability at the end of the PowerPoint. Okay. So, pretty much part of what I've just said, obviously switching off cameras, microphones off for the duration of the session. Any questions into the chat box, any specific questions personal to your child should be asked via email or over the phone to protect child's privacy. And finally, a reminder that we will only be allowing parents to log in via the child's RCS school email account to keep the session secure. So if you try and of a different way, then we'll not be able to admit you into the chat. So contents that we'll be going through: introductions, the RAWMARSH way, form time, uniform and equipment, the canteen and parent pay, attendance, safeguarding, behaviour policy, mobile phones, Chromebooks, rewards, RAWMARSH pledge, and then a Q&A. So, just to reintroduce myself, I am Miss Tuck. I teach hospitality and catering. I've put in brackets food studies, as it will be known at Key Stage 3. I also teach textiles and product design, so I am within the design and technology department, which is found in C block when you come up to the school. I have been teaching at RAWMARSH for the past 4 years, and been teaching for the past 9 or so years also. So I've been to a few other schools within the Rotherham area. To introduce your year team, we have head of year, who is Miss Hazard. She is one of the science teachers, so you might have her for your science lessons when you arrive. And then we have your student manager, who is Miss Glover. So she'll be the person to come and see if you've got sort of issues or if you've got some missing equipment. She's will be there to talk to. Well, she'll be around all the time. Okay. So to move on, we've got the RAWMARSH way and our ethos. At RCS, we do things the RAWMARSH way. The 12 statements in the graphic sum up the personal qualities that we aim to instill into all of our students. In short, we learn, believe, and succeed together. So these posters are around the school, in your classrooms, so they're always there, and they'll be embedded into tutor periods as well for you to be able to see. And on some occasions, some of those will be like a tutor's focus for that week. So the school day. On your first day, you will go straight to your form room. You will be in your tutor group for the first 20 minutes of the day, but will make new friends quickly in your different timetabled lessons. You will be given your timetable on your first day, and you need to make sure that you bring your PE kit just in case. So the form period is 8:40 to 9 a.m. Period 1 runs from 9 a.m. to 10:20. Then it's period 2, 10:20 to 11:40 a.m. You have your first break, which is 11:40 to 12:10 p.m. Period 3 is then 12:10 to 1:25. And your second break is 1:25 p.m. to 1:55. And then your period 4 will be 1:55 to 3:10, in which then you can go home, or you might be doing extracurricular clubs if you choose to join any of those. So the school day, there will be a warning bell that rings at 8:40. You must be in your tutor room before the second bell sounds at 8:45. The morning register will be taken at 8:45. One morning per week, you will have assembly in the main hall, and then form time activities include the RAWMARSH pledge, themed learning, reading and debate and reviews of your effort, attendance, your CFP and CFC data from the previous week. So the school uniform is black tailored trousers or black knee-length skirt, which will have the Wickersley Partnership Trust logo displayed on the upper part of the leg, a white shirt and a clip-on tie. Also a black V-neck jumper or cardigan, which will also have the school logo with the Wickersley Partnership Trust logo, which will be displayed on the sleeve. Your PE kit is shorts, leggings or tracksuit bottoms with the logo, the t-shirt with a logo, hoodie for females and a 3/4 zip top for males, black socks, and then trainers. I'll also just interject here on when you do have your drama lessons, you will be asked to take your socks and shoes off to enter the drama studio. If you don't wish to do that, you are able to purchase socks which have little plastic dots on the bottom to stop you from slipping and sliding, and they are readily available on Amazon and sports shops. I think they're very like your yoga socks that you can get. The footwear that is allowed by the school is plain black leather footwear with no stripes or logos. So I'll just leave those up a second while I just have a glass or some water. So all of what's showing are okay. Footwear that isn't allowed are ones with stripes and logo that are not leather or have buckles which are not appropriate. Non-leather shoes or ones that are plastic and have a big logo on them also. Accessories. So makeup should be discreet and minimal. There should be no false eyelashes or false nails. Extreme haircuts are not allowed. Jewelry must be kept to a minimum. No more than one small earring, sleeper or stud in each ear. Facial piercings are not allowed on school site. Gold, silver and bronze award pin badges should be worn as part of school uniform. And to follow on from the jewelry and nails, in DT, obviously it's very much something that we shouldn't have on, because it can obviously get caught and cause an incident and an injury. And from a food perspective, it's to do with hygiene. And so for girls, if you have long hair and you are cooking, having your hair tied back will be best practice so that hair's not in your food. Being equipped to learn. So part of the RAWMARSH way is being equipped, and you'll be expected to present your equipment to your form tutor each morning. So to ensure, ideally you'd have a pencil case which has got 2 pens, 2 pencils, 1 ruler, 1 sharpener, 1 rubber, and then for that to then also be in a school bag. The canteen, how this works. So we are a cashless school, so you should top up your child's account via Parent Pay. You will receive a letter prior to rollover with information about your child's account and how to set it up if you've not used the system before. A popular choice in the canteen is a meal deal where students can purchase a sandwich or wrap, snack and drink for £2.15. Our New Year 7 students will go to lunch 10 minutes early during rollover so that they can become accustomed to the school canteen. As well as the canteen, we have 2 further serving hatches with hot food available. So they are just outside of the canteen, which is then opposite C block, and then the other hatch is just outside C block, down by where the entrance to music is. To then discuss attendance, why attendance matters. Effort and attendance are the 2 key ingredients to success in school. All students should aim for 100% attendance. Any holidays taken during term time are considered unauthorised absence. Anything below 90% attendance is considered persistent absence. Even 95% equates to 2 full weeks of lost learning. So anything below 95 is unacceptable. For GCSEs, your child's chances of achieving 5 good GCSEs, including English and Maths, drop dramatically with attendance that falls under the 95%. Recognition, so in each term, students who have 100% attendance will receive a certificate and a photograph with their peers in the main hall, and then that will be put up onto our school website, and also pictures around the school. Safeguarding. To keep your child safe in education. Every member of staff in school is responsible for safeguarding. We encourage our students to talk freely to anyone in school about any worries or anxieties they may have. However, we also have specific members of staff who can offer specialist support to our students who most need it, including an in-house counselling team. Our Year 7 PSHE curriculum tackles statutory topics intended to prevent potential safeguarding issues which may arise among young people at school. Excuse me. So Year 7 PSHE curriculum. In Term 1, there will be Skills for Life, an introduction to friendship, an introduction to beliefs. In Term 2, they'll look at healthy body and healthy mind. There'll be an introduction to body changes and puberty. And in Term 3, relationship boundaries and an introduction to the law, safety in and out of the home. So on your screens now will be the safeguarding team, in which you can talk to any adult you feel comfortable with for any worries that you have. Some of you will work closely with the members of staff that are on the screen now. So we have got safeguarding, where we have got Mrs. Howard and Mr. Wainwright, which is found in B block, down by curriculum support. We then also have for counselling and support Mrs. Palmer, and there's also Mrs. Shirt, and they are in B block. And then we have Send, which is our curriculum support, with Miss Hodges and then Miss Gibbons. Some of those pictures are quite current and some of them are a little bit older, so you might find that people have changed a little bit, whether they've got longer hair, shorter hair, different coloured hair. Okay. So our RAWMARSH rules. We arrive to lessons on time. We wear the correct uniform. We arrive to lessons fully equipped. We do as we are asked, first time of asking. We do not shout and we do not swear. We also do not argue. We keep our phones in our bags and we do not wear headphones or iPod, not here, whatever they are called, headphones. I'm not current with what they are up to now. Key terms. CFC is a cause for concern issued for a behaviour event. Sanctions, so students are sent to the sanctions room when they are removed from class for impacting on learning. Restorative practice, after a student has been sent to sanctions, they will receive an automatic detention where the teacher can have a constructive conversation about their behaviour. That generally happens at the end of the day, so on that same day, so that it can be discussed when it's still fresh in people's minds. So behaviour. We have warn, reflect, remove. Classroom teachers determine when there is a breach of the RAWMARSH rules. So we will warn the pupil. We will ask them to reflect on their behaviour and then possibly remove. So warn, a reminder of the RAWMARSH rules. Reflect, time outside to consider behaviour or attitude before being reintroduced to the lesson. And then remove, so they will be sent to the sanctions room. As on a previous slide, mobile phones should be kept in the student's bag unless the teacher in the classroom has given them permission to use them as a learning tool. At break times, phones are allowed, but only in their form rooms, and they are then also able to be used for recording homework. So whether that might be taking a photograph of the homework that's on the board or making a note in their calendar, or it could be checking Google Classroom. If your phone is visible on corridors or during lesson time without the permission of the teacher, it will be confiscated and it will be taken off you and it will be sent to the school safe for it to be kept safely, and you'll not have it back until the end of the school day. Your name will be then logged and you will be put into a detention and will receive it back then. We also have Chromebooks for students to be able to use. So we have those to help use technology to enhance learning. We know that technology plays an important part in ensuring a high quality education and are passionate about giving our students equal access to this. Our aim is to make it as affordable as possible to give all students access to technology to enhance learning. If you wish to get a Chromebook through school, there are two options. Option 1, Chromebooks for Students scheme. So you could buy a Chromebook using our scheme, which you would own. Through this scheme, the Chromebook would cost you £9.99 a month for 3 years. It comes with safeguarding software, so you can monitor what your child accesses. Any accidental damage to the device would be repaired free of charge by an external company. Option 2, loan a Chromebook WPT scheme. This is a new option which gives families some flexibility and lowers the cost. The Chromebook would be returned at the end of each academic year to be updated and serviced. If the Chromebook were to be damaged, you will be liable for the cost. Through this option, you would pay £22 per year for every year your child was in the school and return it to the school when your child leaves. On to rewards. So our rewards include CFPs, which are our calls for praise, our praise points, which is for effort and attendance. We have the golden tie, which is for top boy and for top girl. We have the golden book, which is for the presentation of their books in lessons. Effort ranking. We have awards assemblies. We then also have 100% attendance. RAWMARSH Pledge Awards. We have the Curriculum Awards for effort and attainment. And then there is the Gold, Silver and Bronze Award for effort, attendance and punctuality. Moving on to the RAWMARSH Pledge. What are the pledges? So we have active citizenship, which is preparing you for life in modern society. Life skills, equipping you to deal with a range of life experiences. And our British values, equipping you for life in modern Britain. And we've got these posters around school, and this will obviously form part of your tutor period. And we've got many students who have already completed many of the challenges for the RAWMARSH Pledge and are earning themselves badges with this. So, celebrating the success, as I said, there are pin badges. So students will receive pin badges for each of the 3 pledges when they have successfully completed the 4 tasks in that category. There's taking part, so really the real reward, of course, will be that they have taken part in many enriching events, gained in confidence, and will have become involved in supportive communities in the process. And then there's ceremonies, so students who complete their pledge tasks, there will be a graduation ceremony and celebration event at the end of the year. One that, off the top of my head, I can remember as being part of one of the challenges or tasks is helping out at home, and many students have sent pictures in of them ironing and washing their own school uniform. So we're to the Q&A. So if we have any questions, if you want to type them into the chat box, and I will proceed to answer them. So Stephen, you've put, will I need to wear my PE kit on my first day? Certainly have it with you. I will double check whether you might need to wear it actually for it, purely because I don't know the situation we'll be in, whether we will still be in bubbles or we'll be back to normal movement around. Okay. Joshua, can we play footy at break? Yes, you can, if you are allowed to then go down to the tennis courts where you can go and play. Again, it comes back around to if you're being bubbles or not, especially for the first 2 weeks when you come up in July. Come September, definitely we should be back to normal, and you should be able to do so, but make sure that you've got a bag to put your football in. All right, just got a few more, so let me just go back up. So, Jacob, are Chromebooks used in school? Yes, they are. So we do have rooms that are IT suites, but we also have Chromebook trolleys in which they're kitted out with class sets of Chromebooks, and the teachers book those out so that we can be using them in regular classrooms. Isabel, does year 7 get split into 2 groups, and if so, what are the groups? So there will be an A half and a B half. And I couldn't tell you which you would be in. So, Muffero, is it a must to have a Chromebook or any other laptop can do? If you've already got a device at home that would do the job, that supports most of what we use, which is Google, then you'll be fine. It's just we use Chromebooks in school, so to keep a consistency, because then you know how to use that piece of equipment. So for me, I use a laptop to deliver my lessons, and then when assisting students on Chromebooks, it actually makes it a bit harder for me because I'm not totally sure on how that all works, because it works a little bit differently. So, Hassini, will we have to wear masks when moving to different classes? Students do not have to wear masks in school. If you want to wear one, then by all means, that is your personal choice, okay? But the advice from the government a few weeks back was that students don't have to wear them. So your choice. So, Oliver, at break, can we meet up with friends for another tutor? On a whole, normally you would be able to do this. Obviously, for that first 2 weeks, you might be put in a bit more of a certain sort of bubble, because currently our students have designated areas for different parts of break to manage the area that they are in. But come September, you'd be able to be with whoever you want to be, okay? Can you have a snacking class, Lexi? If it's your break time, then you can be eating in there. You've just got to make sure that you put your rubbish into the bin and not leave it on the table or onto the floor. If it's your lesson time, then that would be a no, because you are in lessons. If it's between lessons, so if you're moving from one area to another, so you're on the corridor, you might choose to have a snack then. So know that from period 1 through to period to break is quite a long time. Right, so Eloise, will we get to pick where we sit in the classroom, or will the teacher pick? So generally your teacher will put you into a seating plan. Sometimes they'll do that before you arrive to the lesson, sometimes they will do that during the lesson, or they might change it later on depending on how the class is in the lesson. Have we got any further questions? So Maisie, it's not so much a dinner card, it's called Parent Pay. So your parents put money onto Parent Pay, and then you use your you get given a number, a 4-digit number, or you use your thumbprint to tell them, and it's done that way. So Jacob, will we get a map so we know where to go? I believe in the past students have been given a map. Previous years, students did have a planner which had a map in it. So I would imagine you will definitely, I'm fingers crossed, it was something I'll just double check on, be given a map, certainly, so you do know. So Isabel, yes, the people, when having packed lunch, can we sit with the people who are having dinners? Yes. So when you've obviously got that free movement, you can be in the canteen, you can be sat with those people, yes. I do understand some of it's a little bit confusing, because I do think that the first 2 weeks that you come up might be slightly different to when you come back in September. And I'm not entirely sure how those 2 weeks of July will completely work for you. So if you are late for class, will you get a detention? Lexi, that would be down to the teacher itself, whether they choose to give you a late for that lesson. If you were persistently late, you would get given a detention. It might be something that then is picked up by head of year and SPM. Is there any part of the PowerPoint that you might want me to just go back on and recap? Or have we got further questions? Or just let's have a think whilst we're all on here. Right, well, I'm just having a quick think myself to see if there's anything that I might have missed. You should, obviously, you'll be sent a letter to tell you what's happening for the first day. Obviously, we covered about the PE kit. And generally, at the moment, students come in their PE kit, but you've been told to just bring it with you. That was the information I was told, so I'll double check that one. I would. So Stephen, your form class will be located in C block. You will be in FD2. I have 2 classrooms. One FD1, which is the practical classroom, and then straight opposite, which is FD2, which is the theory, in which is where we do all the any designing and writing for that subject. So before I was going to answer that, I would say make sure that you have a water bottle with you, because currently I still think that the water fountain is not working or not allowed to be used, so make sure that you've got plenty of liquid with you, preferably water, to keep you hydrated during the day. Again, obviously you can buy drinks through the canteen. Any other questions can we think of that we might have? So, if we don't have any more, I would say we can obviously finish, but I'll just go back a slide to just make sure that you've got my email address so that you know which one it is if you have got any questions. So my school email, etuck@rawmarsh.org. So if you think of anything that you forgot to ask this evening, which I do all the time, just drop me an email and I will get back to you with an answer as soon as I can. If not, I look forward to meeting you in person in July, which is only 3.5 short weeks away. Okay, so if there's nothing else, I would start to say you can all start to log off, and I will see you all then. See you later. Bye. Finley, if you want to log off. Finley, if you want to leave the call and then I can hang up.